Let me describe a feeling and see if it sounds familiar. You're not lazy. You're not stupid. You're not broken. But somehow, you feel stuck. Days pass. Weeks pass. You know you want more from life, but you don't know how to move toward it. You think about changing your job, your habits, your direction. Yet nothing changes. And the most confusing part is this: you want progress, but your body and mind won't cooperate. If you've ever thought, why can't I move forward even when I know I should, this video is for you. Because feeling stuck in life is not a failure of character. It's often a psychological and neurological response. Today on Philosya, we're going to unpack the real psychology behind life stagnation, why familiar discomfort feels safer than change, how motivation shuts down, and what's actually happening in your brain when progress feels impossible. Stay with me, because understanding this may change how you see yourself. Section 1. What feeling stuck really means psychologically. Psychology doesn't define being stuck as laziness. It defines it as conflict. A conflict between what you want and what your nervous system believes is safe. Most people assume motivation is about willpower. But research shows motivation is deeply connected to safety perception. If your brain senses uncertainty, risk, or emotional threat, it doesn't push you forward. It freezes you. So feeling stuck is often the mind saying, "Stay here. This is familiar. This is survivable. Even if it's uncomfortable." Section 2. Why familiar discomfort feels safer than change. Here's something uncomfortable but true. The brain prefers predictable pain over unpredictable growth. Why? Because uncertainty activates stress responses. Change means new identity, possible failure, social judgment, loss of control. Even positive change triggers anxiety. So your nervous system makes a quiet decision: don't move. At least here, I know what happens. This is why people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, routines that numb them, not because they like it but because their brain has learned to tolerate it. Section 3. The freeze response, not fight, not flight. Most people know fight or flight. But there's a third response: freeze. Freeze happens when escape feels risky, action feels overwhelming, stillness feels safer. Neurologically, the brain reduces energy output. Motivation drops. Focus narrows. Time feels heavy. This is why people who feel stuck often say, "I want to change, but I can't move." They're not resisting growth. Their nervous system is protecting them. Section 4. Motivation is a nervous system state. Here's a key insight most people miss. Motivation is not a personality trait. It's a state. When the nervous system feels regulated and safe, curiosity rises, energy flows, action feels possible. When the nervous system feels overwhelmed, motivation collapses, everything feels hard, even simple tasks feel heavy. So when you judge yourself for lacking motivation, you're often blaming the wrong system. It's not a moral failure. It's a biological signal. Section 5. Mental blocks and identity loops. Feeling stuck is also tied to identity. If your identity says, "I'm not the kind of person who succeeds. I always mess things up. I'm behind in life," your brain resists actions that challenge that story. Because changing your life means changing who you believe you are. And identity change is threatening, even when it's positive. So the mind creates invisible blocks. Overthinking, procrastination, doubt, self-sabotage, not to hurt you but to keep the identity intact. Section 6. The role of emotional exhaustion. Many people who feel stuck aren't unmotivated. They're emotionally exhausted. Years of pressure, comparison, unmet expectations, quiet self-criticism drain the system. When energy is low, the brain prioritizes survival over growth. So it says, "Not now. Maybe later." and later becomes months, or years. Section 7. Why advice often doesn't work. This is why generic advice fails. Just take action. Push yourself. Get disciplined. That advice ignores psychology. You don't fix freeze with force. You fix it with safety, clarity, and small momentum. Progress begins when the nervous system feels, I can move without losing myself. Section 8. The first shift toward momentum. The goal is not to overhaul your life overnight. The goal is to signal safety. Small actions. Low-risk steps. No identity pressure. Psychology shows momentum builds when the brain experiences success without threat. Effort feels manageable. Progress feels personal, not performative. Stuckness dissolves gradually, not dramatically. If you feel stuck in life, hear this: you are not broken. You are not weak. You are responding to something your nervous system learned. Understanding this isn't an excuse to stay stuck, it's the beginning of compassion. And compassion is what unlocks movement. If this video helped you feel understood, or helped you see your struggle more clearly, then you'll probably feel at home here. On Philosya, we explore the quiet psychology behind human experience, the thoughts people carry but rarely explain. If you want more videos like this, you're welcome to subscribe. Not out of pressure but out of alignment. I'll see you in the next one.